Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Inside the Foul podcast brings you episode 27 with the opinions and perspectives of a couple best friends. And if you don't like that call, we've got three words for you. You're out of here. We are your hosts, bringing you a Jose Altuve special episode. Chris and Ethan. As a disclaimer, we are not talking about Jose Altuve. We're talking about a very short episode.
Yeah. Listen, schedules. People are out of town, in town, working, not working. We're trying to make it work.
Yeah,
Ah,
we can't not post for a week. We just
yeah.
listen. It sucks.
And I'm gonna strike a eat the nerve today. That's my plan today. Is strike a nerve about Aaron Boone. Okay. I think I want to see how far I can push Ethan's buttons today till I get fired.
Okay,
You know?
so I know what you're referencing, and it was a reel that I had sent amongst ourselves. It was an interview with Adam Frazier. Um, I can't remember the podcast specifically that had him on, but it was in reference to talking to him about, is Boone the problem? In the interview, Frazier's talking about, well, if you fire Boone, you got to fire a lot more because all Boone is just the mouthpiece. And unfortunately, um, he's right. He is, because the manager only manages on the field. He's not in charge of how the practices are run. He's not in charge of, it's told to him how they want it done, and he does it. Do I blame some of the miscommunications and the fact that we put certain pitchers in at the wrong time against the wrong people in the wrong venues? 100%. I blame that wholeheartedly on Boone. And what I mean is guys like Bednar who don't perform well in Miami's stadium historically, and you put him in an opportunity to have to hold or save the game, and he blew it, and like, nobody's surprised by that. He doesn't perform well there. So these are like the decisions that I have a problem with Boone on. Now, is it? I don't have a problem with Boone for the fact that you know the players don't prioritize just good fundamentals, because the culture in New York is home run or bust.
Yeah. Well, I think all teams have this problem, but I think the Yankees have it worse because Boone. I hate to say this, Boone is the fall guy right now because no one knows who the analytics are on either team. Everyone just knows who the manager is and the GM.
Yep.
And not saying Boone doesn't know what he's doing because he played the game, won a World Series as a player, played for a long time. But I feel like Boone gets some heat that he doesn't need, even though sometimes he deserves it. Because if you're turning in the lineup and then going, "Oh, this lineup doesn't work, let us tweak it," as a coach myself, I would get annoyed. Even though I did always ask my assistant coach, "What do you think?" and we would tweak it. But having someone that's not even in the dugout at the game, that would be kind of annoying to me. Being
Right.
told, "Okay, this is what you have to do." It's kind of an unfair advantage for Boone to being told, "Hey, you've got to do this with this." Because to be honest, I don't think Boone would play Stanton if he had to.
I don't think he would play Stanton in the field.
Yeah.
But the problem is, you can't discredit Stanton's bat.
Oh,
Because
agreed. I'm just saying, in certain scenarios back in the day, would he have played Stanton in the field if he didn't have to, kind of thing?
probably not. And that's the thing, is like, let's go back a little further. Would they have played Brett Gardner as long as they had in the field if they had better choices?
Ann, you ready for that? I don't blame that on Cashman. I don't blame that on Boone. I blame that on Cashman
Yeah,
because
because they weren't pulling anybody in. They weren't getting that relief for Gardner, because Gardner went from center field, then he'd play a couple games at right field, then he'd finish in left field, and he'd get a day off, and then he's still in the left field or something like that. And it's like, I get it. He's your most tenured guy. You're paying him a good bit of money, and he's still got a decent bat. But bro did not have it at the end defensively to keep up, and that's what you're doing with Stanton. Is a guy that still has a strong bat, isn't necessarily still athletic enough to be playing the field. You're going to put him out there again.
Yeah, I would say nowadays you could use Volby as that person. You
Yeah,
know, who else could you use? I mean, sometimes Dominguez. Okay, I feel like that's a liability in left field.
I feel
No,
like it
hate.
is too, because Boone praises him, and I get it. Is he the future of the franchise? There is a strong possibility between him and Rice. Don't get me wrong, Wells is good, but Wells, he's just average.
I was gonna
Okay.
say, and he does Wells doesn't come off of as being a leader either.
No. So having Dominguez, having Rice, these newer guys, Spencer Jones coming up, they're your they're your future. So I understand the buy-in from Cashman and everyone pushing Dominguez the way he is. The problem is, at what point do we say that the defense isn't there? The bat is. Maybe we need to reevaluate his position in the outfield, or we need to send him down for more development.
Yeah, and then that's not on Boone. See, so that's another thing, unfortunately. And I get Boone praising him, but as a coach, you're not going to ever badmouth a player, you know. So unfortunately,
Not openly.
well, all right, can't confirm or deny any of that. Okay,
I refuse to confirm or deny. I plead the fifth.
no comment, no comment on that. Okay, okay, no. Um, but I don't put that on Boone because Boone can't make that call.
No.
I think here's I hate to bring up Cashman because he's done wonderful, but besides Boone and Steinbrenner, nothing has ever changed. Like Hal taking over and Steinbrenner Boone taking over for Torrey. Those are the only changes. Cashman has been there through both coaching staff changes and owner changes.
Yeah.
Is it time? Is it time to point the finger at Cashman instead of Boone?
I feel like there's still more heads that we're not seeing, because don't get me wrong, Cashman's more has more pull than we think, being but I Cashman has proven time and time before that he has a baseball IQ for finding these star players and making moves to get star players. I mean, after Juan Soto, you made moves to get Goldschmidt and Bellinger and Freed, and you picked, don't get me wrong, Williams. My opinions on him are negative, but at the time he was a good guy, a good player. Okay,
You know what I also think the Yankees' problem is?
that we
Okay.
keeping pitchers that don't belong in our rotation, i.e.,
No.
Stroman, who we just DFA'd, and now Williams.
So you're going to die laughing, okay? Because you know where I'm going with this. It's the juju. Y'all should have just kept no beards. Y'all won 27 with having no facial hair. Now you change the juju.
They changed
Okay,
the
I'm just saying.
juju because when he changed the beard, he couldn't pitch. The problem is, and here's my thing. Okay, so let's talk about this. Williams is from a state where there is significant elevation,
And he played at an indoor ballpark.
and he played in an indoor ballpark. But you're also going to a stadium where you consistently play at sea level
Mm-hmm.
in a open ballpark.
Yes.
That's a completely different challenge in pitching and a completely different approach.
Yeah.
And because the reason I say that is because at elevation, pitches break differently, pitches act differently, and they do different motions that they don't do as aggressively at sea level.
Yes. Well, here's the one thing I was going to say too. I know your love for Williams. Okay, it's very deep in a very
Mm-hmm.
short little hole. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
but this is I'll reiterate what I said privately. I don't think I ever said on the podcast, but going from the Brewers, where I hate to say it, there's no pressure on the Brewers. Let's be real. Compared to New York Yankees, I feel like there's five
Mm,
teams that has pressure on them to win ball games. The Dodgers, both New York teams, Boston, and I'd probably say the Cubs because of those are markets where people don't like losing. I mean, look at the
yeah.
Jets. Look how you know. I mean, you're a Yankee fan. Right now, you're stressing because you're in what second place, almost in
Uh,
third place. The way
I
it's been
think
going.
we were in
Yeah,
third for like 2 weeks.
yeah. So it's there's a lot more pressure. Where closing a game in Milwaukee, and it's also the competition. I hate to say it, that division's a little bit easier because St. Louis not as great as they
But
were.
here's my thing. Notice how in Milwaukee, okay, and I know I sent you a graphic, and maybe we'll be able to put it in post. But
Yeah.
there's a photo that made circulation of each team's blown wins by the bullpen. And what really
Yes.
surprised me about that list was that at number one, with the least amount of blown wins, was Milwaukee's bullpen.
Yeah.
And I mean, like the ones with the most, obviously, the Angels, you know, with like
Hold on. I'm gonna
18.
pull it up and read the list. Hold on.
I mean, because I
Yeah.
know the
No,
Yankees
that's
had 11 blown, but that's my thing is they got rid of Williams and they're still doing well.
yeah. So it is the Angels and Arizona 18 um, blown wins by the bullpen. 14 is Athletics and the Mets. 13 Colorado, Pittsburgh, Texas, Tampa Bay. 11 White Sox, Phillies, Nationals, Seattle, and the Yankees. 10 you have Toronto, San Francisco, Kansas City, Miami. 9 you have Boston, Cincinnati, Houston, St. Louis, and Cleveland. At 8 you have San Diego, Atlanta, Detroit, the Dodgers, the Cubs. And then 7 you have Baltimore and Minnesota, and then at 2 you have Milwaukee standing by themselves.
And I just want to point out, as much as you complain about the bullpen in Atlanta, apparently your bullpen doesn't blow wins that easily.
Hey, that's 8 wins. Okay, sir. Listen, 8 wins. Okay, listen, we can get on. Listen, side note, we're the only team that doesn't have a starting pitcher from their starting
Rotation from
lineup
the year?
rotation from the year on the team currently. They're all on the IL. And people are like, you
Wow.
have Spencer Strider. Well, Spencer Strider started the season
Wasn't
on the
on the.
IL. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I some days I know last episode we talked about analytics. Is analytics? I hate to be this guy this time. I'm gonna switch sides this time. Are we thinking analytics too much? Is that the Yankees' problem and other teams' problems?
Well, notice how quickly analytics became a thing. Okay. So during the time of Jason Giambi, and we've all seen Moneyball. We've all seen Moneyball.
Yep.
Analytics for Moneyball changed the game of baseball. At the time, it was very positive because what they were using those analytics for was to find the best players for the least amount of money that had strong potential or could get on in certain situations or were consistent in one way or another. Well, now we're looking at analytics as okay, we have the best players. Now, how do we get the best out of the best players? Oh, okay. Well, let's work on how do we make the ball fly faster? How do we make the ball fly farther? How do we make this pitch break more? And then you're like, okay, well, that's great and all, but It's almost as if you've overcomplicated the game of baseball.
Yeah, yeah. And the only reason I say that is what happened. Well, what happened to just scouting players? Going, okay, this pitcher throws this. You need to look for these 4 pitches. Congratulations. This is what you need to look for the night before. Okay, cool. This bullpen guy throws this arm. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know,
And I want to say that like we could get back to that, but the problem is that even the players have become numb to the analytics to an extent because the players will even tell you. I know certain ones, at least I've seen in interviews where they've said, oh, I'm not really worried about the stats right now. I'm just here to play the game. But the thing
yeah,
is, look at your pitchers. Every time a pitcher looks at his last pitch from whatever app or whatever they're using or system they're using, and it tells them, oh, you only had 18 inches of break on that curveball, or hey, your sinker's a little flat. Maybe you need to get your fingers around it a little more. And it's like those little adjustments can make a change to someone's typical mechanics.
yeah. So because I was looking up this and let me pull it up. I wish I could send it to you and share it. I'll have to share it on the when we upload. But it was analytics, and it showed the top 5 batters, and I'm like, what's crazy is these top 5 batters. You would never think these are your top 5 batters and
Right.
bat angle. It's a swing path highest attacking angle. Suarez with Seattle 19, Willie Adames 18, Cal Riley 18, Max Muncy 18, and Kyle Manzaro 18.
Yeah.
My thing is there's too many stats to look at analytics wise of kids I coach nowadays. Listen, I just tell them to go out there. If it's in the strike zone swing, we ain't got to do nothing fancy. Just put the ball in play. There was no shift, no nothing. Like
And I
I don't
think
know.
that's
I
also why some people are even going more towards the um travel ball thing because travel ball, sorry to tell you, you're spending extra money, so that's why they get to have the fancy stuff, okay?
yeah,
And you automatically think, oh, because they're fancy and they have all these gadgets and gizmos and can tell my son how his pitch breaks, that he's getting better training. When in all actuality, they're prioritizing the wrong things rather than developing the kids. So,
exactly.
is there benefit to having those tools? Yes, but they are nothing more than a tool. They are not here to teach bad mechanics because it all goes down to coaching. A bad coach can teach bad mechanics and have every tool in the book.
Agreed. Because about the pitchers looking at the iPad, seeing how they're holding their glove and tipping pitches. My thing is, back in the day, listen,
You didn't have that.
Bonds. Yeah, there was no iPad in the dugout for Bonds. There was no like, what's the other word? There was no Bonds didn't use analytics. I hate to say it, and he's the home run leader.
But I mean, so here's the thing, okay, and this goes back to your point. So Randy Johnson was speaking in an interview about pitching to was it Willie Stargell? Uh, who was it? I can't remember who it was off the top of my head. But anyway, he's talking about how Randy Johnson's known for being one of the best strikeout fastball pitchers, but he was like, there's one guy that could always get a hit off of me,
Yeah.
and it was like, well, and he asked him one, after they've retired, he's like, how'd you always know what I was throwing? And he looks at him and he goes, okay, show me your fastball grip. And
Yep.
he would hold it with the glove in his hand. And then he'd be like, okay, now show me your changeup grip. And it would be a slight adjustment in the hand placement in the glove.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's all I needed to see. It's like, so great. I don't have to have someone on second base tell me what you're throwing if I can consistently if I consistently watch that pitcher. That's the part of the game that we've taken away. When you can go back to the dugout and watch film, basically, on the last inning, that's why we have to pitch the way they pitch. That's why they have
Yeah.
to do what they do, because we've now given so many advantages. We've taken away the strategic mental portion of the game for the players.
Yeah. I mean, so that's, I feel like that's a lot of managers' problems is there's so much involved in baseball now where it's not about baseball anymore. It's about what can this computer tell me baseball wise.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, we're going to have the same problem with the ABS, the strike zone. Eventually, technology is going to ruin baseball.
Well, you've already
Yes,
seen what they're testing in AAA, haven't you?
yeah,
The check swing challenge.
yes. Like you're taking the human aspect out of the game. Okay, of look at Tony Gwynn. Okay, the man
That's
had
who it
three
was.
thousand.
Tony Gwynn.
Yeah, Tony Gwynn had 3,000 plus, at bats. Only struck out like 100 something times in his career.
Yeah.
But like he said, he would take swings in the cage. He would use the tee. He goes, I never stopped practicing. Where I hate to say it, the people with the computers probably have never picked up a ball and glove in my life, in their life. You know, so are we overthinking like Moneyball? That dude that did the math for in the movie, yes, it's an actor, but the guy that he rolled, that dude never played baseball a day in his life. He sat behind a
Yeah.
computer screen and just put in numbers.
Yep.
I hate to say it, unless you're scouting a team, it's like when we coach youth ball. Yes, yes, we've watched a lot of kids play. Do I remember where those kids put the ball in play? Yes, but here's the thing: a slight adjustment changes all that. Okay,
Yeah.
like the shift. Okay, when they shifted in the third baseman to play shortstop, you know how you ended the shift? You just bunt it down third base.
Yeah.
Okay, simple as that. You know,
And that's my thing. Is
so
like we've taken so much focus away from the strategic challenges of the game, because Maddox would tell you, like, he's telling the catcher what he's throwing. He's not The catcher's not running the game. Maddox is running this game. And he knew
yes,
how to pitch. He knew how to throw to you because he knew, okay, this guy likes this. Oh, hey, I just noticed a little bit of body language there that tells me he liked that pitch. Let me throw something similar. We're not teaching pitch tunneling. We're not teaching, hey, if he sees it glove side, maybe he wants to swing at that. So maybe if I throw a slider that looks like it's glove side but breaks to hand side or to ball side, then but we're not teaching that. We're not teaching that to kids. That's why the kids think they got to just throw the ball hard.
yeah, yeah, and then next thing you know, we're having surgery. You know,
Yep.
because I saw something where Smoltz is like, everyone's like talking about when Skeens and Scooble is going to have Tommy John. Like, how long can they go till they do it? He goes, back in the day, there wasn't no what if. It was, we just threw the game and there wasn't overthrowing. There was, he goes, look at Greg Maddux. Never had really had shoulder issues because he didn't throw hard.
Yeah.
So,
And that's my thing. Is like, now I think Scooble lasts longer than Skeens.
yeah,
And the only reason I say that is because there's a certain way that Skeens coils that doesn't look like he puts as much into his back legs as Scooble. Maybe I'm seeing something different. I don't know, but it does kind of look like Scooble gets a lot more of his power from his legs than what Scooble does or than Skeens does. Skeens is more
Yeah.
looks like he's more arms and shoulders.
Yeah. So, yeah, and with all that in effect, I I feel like I know this is a little off topic about that, but you never hear anyone blame the players with a loss, except me and you when we blame it on the bullpen.
I was gonna
But
say
why is the coach
because
always the first one? The
because the
pitching
coach is
part
the one that
triggered
needs
that
to
in my
make
head.
the changes, especially with pitching. But I feel like when you have a game where you can get shut out or only score 1 run on 5 hits, but your opponent outscores you and doubles your hits, then something needs to be said to these players. The problem is that the players have their own players only dinners and meetings and all of this.
Yeah.
So you think that they're policing themselves, which in some organizations that may be the case.
Yeah.
I'm not in
I don't
those
know.
meetings. I don't know.
Yeah. I was going to say the Braves have had that a couple times. Let's look how it looks. We're still in fourth place. Let's be real. I mean, we had a meeting, and with the year we won the World Series in 21, but that was different. That was a different team. We had leaders on the team. But I was going to bring this up about the Yankees. Is it time for Boone to change up the coaching staff that's with him?
I think the training staff needs to be revamped altogether. I've been saying this for the last 3 years that the training staff is bad, and the training staff is why the Yankees couldn't stay healthy. Have they done better this season? Yes. But I also
So,
feel
so
like
I don't want to hear anything about your training staff, okay? Your training staff ain't nothing about the Braves, okay? We have the worst trainers in the world.
I would fire your
We
pitching
have led the
staff.
league.
Like whoever's your pitching coaches, they got to go.
Listen, we've had the same pitching coach and training staff all of Brian Snitker's career as a manager. But the thing is, we have led the last 3 years of the MLB the most injuries. Okay, I will say 6 of those are not the training staff's fault. When you get hit in the hand with the ball, unfortunately, and you break a hand, it's kind of
Because here's my thing. Okay, I give Boone a lot of crap. Okay, and do I feel that perhaps we need to get new leadership? 100%. My thing is Boone has
But who do you
proven,
get?
but here's my thing. Boone's proven time and time again that he can lead this team to success. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. Last year is the first year they've been in the World Series in a hot minute. But every other year they get bounced in the championship. They get bounced in the division series. Okay. They're getting there, which is more than we can say for half the league. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I understand the Yankees hold a different standard. Okay. Because of who they
Yes.
are and the fan base that they are. They are held at the pinnacle of standards. They should be winning every season type of stupid pinnacle. I get it. But the problem is, you know, it's really not even it's not even that hard for them to realize that they're still competing, and Boone is still making the best of those teams because the last 3, 4, 5 years we haven't had that great of a team.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing. You're a Yankee fan, and a lot of Yankee fans want Boone gone. Well, who do you go get? There's not many people out there besides bench coaches you're going to steal. Because I'm going to be honest, our coach needs to retire. Ron Washington, I hate to
He's
say
gonna
it, man's
retire.
health is not. Yeah, his health isn't going to allow it. Dave Roberts is not going to leave.
No, he's retiring a Dodger.
Okay. Yeah. You could try to go get Kevin Cash, but the problem is, do people want to deal with the trouble that comes with the Yankees?
I don't know
because,
that we go for Kevin Cash.
well, no, I'm just thinking of young managers that you could go after. I mean, you could try to go after the Cubs guy, but they already stole him from the Brewers. Like, it's who can you go after, and who can deal with the Yankees' expectations?
You know what's bad is I could see the Yankees not going after a manager and going to their alumni and being like, "Hey, Pettit, hey, Sabathia, hey, I know Jeter won't because he's got too many other endeavors, but like going to your seniors, your guys that, have had success and being like, "Hey, do you think you have what it takes to be a manager?"
Yeah, I mean, you could always call up Holiday. You know, he's just
Yeah.
sitting in Oklahoma, coaching a batting coach, hitting coach for the college. So
But I mean,
that'd be salty.
I'd like to see it happen. My thing is like, do you guys keep Snicker?
No, there's been rumors on that Snicker's going to retire at the end of the year because the man's almost 77, 78. And you got
Oh
to think
wow.
he's been in the Braves organization for 40 years. So I see him retiring at the end of the year. Everyone wants Chipper, but Chipper's already said till his kids are fully out of high school and doing their own thing, he is not going to coach a team because he does not want to miss his kids graduating and all that. He's like, I've missed enough in their childhood playing. He goes, I have two more. Once they graduate, we'll see. But he goes, it all depends. You know, I would, I mean, my dream would be stealing Kevin Cash, maybe the Florida Marlin manager that got fired. Um, I don't know. It all just really depends on. I feel like this whole team, the Braves. I've said this in like numerous chats before. The problem with the Braves is we lack a leader. Losing Freddie and Swanson, there's no really leader on the team. People say Chris Sale. Chris Sale, yes, but if Chris Sale's not in the clubhouse, you need someone that's playing every day to be a leader.
Chris
Okay?
Sale's only gonna
Chipper
play
was
a
a
couple
leader,
more
Freddie was a
years.
leader. But yeah, yeah. And Spencer Strider, Ozzy, Ronald, too young. Matt Olson's too quiet. Michael Harris, too young. You know, you need that veteran leader that, I hate to say it, Jock was the perfect leader for the 2021 series. Everyone tells me I ride the Jock train, but when Jock came in there and motivated that team, you kind of need that veteran leader that can go, hey, I've won it before. This is what it takes to win again. So, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. You need a manager that can fire them up. I'm not going to lie. I'd take Aaron Boone. If y'all fire him, I'll take him. Because Boone's not scared to go out there and argue with his players. Okay? Bobby Cox was a great manager for one reason. You knew he was going to go out there and argue the call to help you. But it also, when he got tossed, we had a 79% winning chance after he got tossed because it fired up the team to go play. Just
Yeah.
saying. Sometimes you need that little kick in the butt. I mean, I don't know.
I think. Listen, my thing
I mean,
is that
I've
makes
heard
it
that we
even
could.
worse because Boone has one of the highest fucking rates of getting ejected, and it still doesn't fire us up to win.
But who takes over for Boone when y'all get thrown out?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You know, maybe the bench coaches don't do the right job. You got to think Bobby Cox had a great staff.
Yeah.
Walt Weiss was. I mean, not Walt Weiss, but you had these. You know, our bullpen coach is in the Hall of Fame. So I don't know. It's one of those. I hate to be an MLB manager, but I would love it. But you also have to choose the right people alongside of you to motivate the players.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
it doesn't help that every player nowadays has a coach outside because you got to think. Look at Judge's hitting coach. Judge probably doesn't listen to the team's hitting coach.
Fair.
I mean, so
I don't know. I don't know that I could listen to Judge's hitting coach and not find comedy in it.
yeah, I meant, but that's my thing is how many players are actually listening to the hitting coach and doing exactly what they need.
Yeah, I know Otani's got his own coach. Listen, Otani and his mess. Can he stay out of trouble? Like out of scandals and stuff? Like, bro,
Man,
and bro
he
always has a
really knows
fall
how to
guy
find it.
for it. He always has a fall guy for it. Last time it was his interpreter. This time it's his real estate agent.
Hey, listen. He's got a guy, okay?
He's
You know,
got a guy. He's got a guy
can't
for
get in
that.
trouble if you got a guy. Just saying. He's got it. I mean, hopefully Class A has got that guy. You know, just saying. Or he's done.
Good
You know,
Lord. Listen, Class A, that's actually like the third Guardian to get busted this year.
listen, there's nothing to do in Ohio, okay? They got to do something.
Ohio is for lovers,
Just
sir.
saying, if you,
I'll go to a punk
they're
rock
not
show.
emo, okay?
Well, they
Yeah,
need to
but
be.
you're not going to
You
punk.
live in Ohio.
Well, I'm just saying. Listen, there's Otani is a different case because I was going to say you never see people in Florida getting in trouble because we have Disney, we have too much things to do. Okay, New York, you never see New York people getting in trouble because there's too much things to do. Okay, Otani should have never got in trouble. He should have invested in Disney. Okay,
Well, I mean, he's got
just
a
saying.
whole. He's in LA. He's got plenty to invest in. I don't know why he's investing in more
Yeah,
gambling and other things.
that is very very true.
Because listen, you
You'd
will
think Freddie
never
would tell him.
convince me that Ipe did that gambling for him. Oh no, where did Charlie go?
Um, so it all. Uh, listen, she snuck in there. You couldn't see her, but she was neat. Apparently, snack time. Okay, that's how you motivate players. Snacks. Okay.
Listen, snacks motivate me pretty well, okay? What's up, guys?
So I don't know. It's. How about the debut of the umpire? Okay. Papa Rupert
Jen
sent me a
Powell.
message, asked if we were going to talk about. I think
Hold
the
on,
first
hold
pitch.
on, hold on. I need you to go to our chat because I know I sent it to us.
Okay.
Please pull up the umpire grading card because if we're gonna have this conversation,
Oh Lord,
I'm gonna have to
I poked
say
nerves.
what I want to say, and some people are gonna agree, some people are gonna disagree. So
Okay.
please read the umpire scorecard for Miss Jen Powell.
Okay. So overall accuracy 93. Okay. Relative accuracy minus 1.4. Overall favored plus 0.28 for runs for Miami. Overall consistency 93. Um, only 3 impact missed calls. But I'll have to get to those. Called ball accuracy 95, average 97. Call strike accuracy 87. The average is 88.
Oh, hold on. 87?
Yes.
Okay. Continue. how many strike
Five
calls
of
did she?
a 104 called balls were true strikes. 6 of 47 called strikes were true balls.
Okay, so you had 11 total missed calls. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
understand that I am not opposed to women in sports. Not opposed to women umpires, none of it. Okay. But my biggest issue that I have is if you're going to come into a sport and prove that you can do it better than me, please do it better than me. You
Yes.
are below teetering on below the umpire league average. Okay. And supposedly she was one of the best umpires in AAA, which if this is the best for AAA, we're all screwed. And that
We're in
whole
trouble in the
sending down umpires from majors to the minors is a bad idea because if this is the best you've got for me, I've already got the best I can get in the major leagues because they're all at 94, 95% accuracy. You can't even get me anything better than 93.
Yeah. The okay, so I will say yes, she had 11. I'm going to knock that down to 10 cuz that first pitch was probably all nerves.
Okay, fine, because the ball did kind of break across the
Because
plate. Maybe I could see
yeah.
that. I'll give
Yeah.
you one. And I know for a fact
Yeah, that's why
that the Braves can't frame
yeah.
anything at the plate. So
Well,
it's not like
hold on, sir. Hold on. We had a rookie. Actually, I don't even know who caught that game. Actually, hold on. Because if it was
well,
Baldwin, okay, he's a rookie, okay. But I will tell you, our pitcher shouldn't have been pitching that game, okay? Because I don't even know who he was. Let's be real. It
I
was
don't
not.
I remember seeing the name and I'm
It
like,
wasn't
"Oh, he
even.
plays for the Braves now?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I it wasn't bad because we won, but I will
It
say it was
wasn't
better than Angel
oh,
Hernandez and Joe Buck, Joe West.
don't get me wrong.
I'm just saying.
It's not bad, but you're already just barely at the umpire average. And for me,
Yes.
that's okay, sure, it's acceptable, but that's not the way you want to show out in your debut. And I don't like it,
Yes.
but I also can't harshly grade her off of one game. Because other than that, she as
Yeah.
a
I.
fielding umpire, she didn't do bad, nothing crazy, you know. So I'm not
No.
opposed, but I'm very
I will say I
strict
liked
on
her.
umpires.
Yes. That's why I will be the voice of difference, just because. Okay, it was my team playing. Okay,
And y'all can't pitch
she was
anyway.
a lot better than some of the ones we've had. Yeah, I can't complain because here's my thing: the first game you were 95% accurate and 87 on accuracy for strikes. I'll take that in your first game because I mean, heck, we couldn't get that out of Angel Hernandez in 5 games combined. So I I give her a B, okay, because I need more data. Okay, I'm about my analytic brain right now is telling me I need more data before I say yes or
I
no.
I give you a solid C because a C is a 70, and I feel like that's about the effort I got out of her performance behind home plate.
Listen, we won, so I got to give her a B. Okay, if we would have lost, I probably would have been like, you
Don't
know,
come to a
Angel
Yankees game; you
Hernandez
might
cost
get
us a lot of
booed.
games. Listen, y'all's fans need to up your standards, anyways. Okay, know what I mean? Yes, the Yankee fan standards are kind of they're a little out there right now. Okay, I wish you
Hey,
could see my hand motion, but my green screen. Well, y'all got to figure out if y'all want your manager one week or the next. Okay, I'm just saying. when
I
no
mean,
one is saying fire Cashman.
yeah, you're not wrong. I've
No,
not said
no one's
that it's time to fire Boone. Do I feel like Boone is losing his feel for the game? Absolutely.
yeah. You know what's the worst part is no one's brought up the Max Fried being Max Fried thing yet.
I was trying
Saying
to
he doesn't look
avoid
like
that
that
as
AC
long as
was at the beginning of the
possible.
year.
I was trying to avoid that as
I've been
long
waiting on
as
it.
possible because
Listen.
you jinxed me. Shut up next time. Like
Nope,
uh,
I
you
didn't jinx you.
jinxed me.
I spoke facts. I
No,
spoke
you
facts.
jinxed me.
Facts
You
of Max Fried.
new uniform means new
Mm-mm.
freed.
Nope. Nope. Pitchers are like toasters. They all are the same at the end of the day.
Well, I'm
It's
still
either
not
going to burn
trading
your
him back to
bread
you.
or not toast it.
You can't have
Listen,
him back.
he'd probably end up on the IL, okay? Just like every other pitcher. Okay? We need healthy, okay?
You guys can't keep him
Okay?
healthy.
Listen, you're about to make me call you Linda. Listen, I know. I watch it, okay? Even though we did come back and beat the Mets, okay?
So are you
Okay?
guys just
How
trying to
about
throw
that?
too hard in Atlanta?
I don't know what they're trying to do, but it's something, okay? I don't know. I wish I could tell you yes. I wish I could tell you no. I don't know. I don't know if they're over pitching. I would say they're not over pitching in the minors because they make it to Double A and then we call them up. Only a few in Triple A, so I don't really know. It's just one of those weird things. But the real question I have for you, okay, how does it feel to be in third place?
How the
Are,
mighty have
are you
fallen.
panicked yet? Third
No,
third
I'm not
place.
panicked. What's
Listen,
our wild card
and
ranking?
you're only one game ahead of Cleveland right now for the last place, and 3.5 ahead of Texas.
Ouch. Okay,
Okay,
might be panicking time because Cleveland's been getting hot.
okay,
It might be panicking time.
and Tampa's, and then the Angels are only 5 back from you, and the Royals are 4 games back from you,
Hmm.
and Tampa Bay is
Yes.
5.5, and you still have to play Tampa. Yeah.
See now it might be panic time.
Well, maybe you and Papa Rupert can have a panic meeting because the mighty Dodgers are no longer in first place either.
Oh, the Padres took it.
Yep. Yep. They are
I
one
know the
game
Padres
ahead now,
played them,
and
so they were gonna play
yep
a 3-game series.
Yeah, the Padres are now one game ahead, and it also helped that the Angels swept the Dodgers. So,
Did the Angels sweep the
yep,
Dodgers?
sure did.
No.
Yep, got the
Listen, all this work
got the
travel has
brooms out
had
and
me
everything.
messed up.
Yeah, listen, I was gonna say and the Giants have fallen to 4th place now. The Diamondbacks are now tied with the Giants.
Wow.
Yeah, and the Cubs are 7.5 game back. How about that, Watson? Really, really tough life for you. You know.
Look, the Cubs are falling
And I
off.
only bring this. Yep. Yeah. And the Braves, we're still 17 games back. Yeah.
This is
But
just not the year.
listen.
Too
And
many
what's worse is
injuries
you ready
this
for this?
year.
Well, you ready for this? I'm just gonna say it. I told people once they made these trades, and our other co-host that's not with us today said they were traded for too many at bats. Well, Seattle's one game back right now from Houston. One game back.
One game back on Houston. Wow.
Yeah. Last week they were 7.5 back, and they've brought it back to 1. And the last 10, you ready for this? They are 8-2. Seattle is.
Wow.
Okay. Too many bats and not enough people to pitch around nowadays.
Right? That's
And people are
impressive,
still
though.
pitching to Cal Bradley. Okay.
Listen, stop pitching to
Yeah.
Cal Raleigh. Dadgummit. Give him the fucking Judge treatment. Give
You
him the
just,
Bonds treatment.
but there's people behind him that scared them. Okay. I'm sorry. Randy Rosarrea scares me. You know, and it doesn't help. Cal's a switch hitter. Just saying.
Yeah. And they've got,
So
but Cal doesn't hit as well from the lefty box.
no.
So
Make him start hitting left. You know.
yeah, put in a righty, make him start hitting left, and he won't hit as many bombs on you. Simple fixes, people.
Yeah.
Simple fixes.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're a wonderful Kansas City pick. Okay, I'm just gonna keep reminding you. They're 9.5 back, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
And my wonderful Guardians pick is 6.5 back.
The Guardians,
So.
let's talk about that for a second, because the Guardians, what are they in their last 10? Because I want to say they've had
7-3.
Yeah, they're coming around really quick right now, and I wouldn't say that they'll be a problem for Detroit, but they're going to be a problem for the wild card race.
Sounds like your problem.
Yeah. Listen, don't remind me.
Listen,
I just got to take
you know what's
Toronto
the most
out of the first
impressive
place
thing?
spot.
Well, Toronto in their last 10 are 6-4, where you guys are 4-6. You know,
It's terrible. It's terrible.
you know what the weird thing is? Is Milwaukee has now had 2 11-game winning streaks
This
season.
Wow.
Yes. They are on a 12-game winning streak right now.
Stop pitching to
and
Milwaukee.
They started the season. And what's worse is Milwaukee now has the best record in baseball at 76-44.
Dang.
Detroit is only 70-52. Yeah.
Ooh,
first team
Detroit's
to 80 wins is going to be
losing?
Milwaukee. Detroit has only won 70 games right now.
What's their last 10?
So, their last 10, let's see, 5-5.
Wow.
Where Cleveland is 7-3. Yeah.
Might be a problem.
And then you got
for Detroit.
The other race. Yeah, and Seattle is 8-2, and Houston is 6-4 in their last 10. So
now that's going to come down to a slugfest for those two.
Yeah. I mean, if you really want to laugh, the Yankees have the second highest run differential in the AL. Okay, and you still can't win. You have a 90+ run differential. Okay,
That's
the only people ahead of you is
terrible.
Boston at 93. Okay, let's see.
That's sad.
You don't want to. What's worse is you aren't even in the top 2, because the top 2 run differentials is Milwaukee at 159 and the Chicago at 116. Talk about
Dang.
scoring some runs right there, boys. Yeah.
The bats are working for them. Yeah, I think I'm going to be putting Contreras in this week, because he's been getting hot lately for fantasy.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up. Man, oh man. Let's hear from the guy that's beaten every team this year. I am the only person this year to beat every team. How does that feel? Feels great to be in second place. We'll have to give a short little fantasy playoff prediction really quick.
The funny part is
pretty,
you're not
pretty interesting. We only got.
You're not even in a competitive division.
Listen, it's not about being in a competitive division. It's about what you do when the pressure's on and it's playoff time. Okay.
You didn't even do anything.
Okay, let's be real.
You got lucky.
There's no luck about it.
I'm
13-6. Okay. Chicks dig the long ball, second place in the East at 7-12. Tap is tied with them at 7-12. And Brock, our listener out there, buddy, congratulations on your first win this season. You've locked up that number 1 overall pick next year at 1-18, buddy. Okay, and then you got the crazy Mexicans Watson at 15-4, tied with Live Small Bunt the Ball, even though Watson owns the tiebreaker over you.
Yeah, he
Then
does.
you got Rupert's Hot Pocket Corner at 3 at 9-10. And then you got Throw Me a Bone, would you, at 9-10. So, but overall, I'm the second place team. So right now, this is how it would be. Is Watson, me, Ethan, Rupert, Throw Me a Bone, Chicks Dig the Long Ball, On Tap, and Brock. Okay. So
I call for redivisioning next year. We need to add a third division.
I'm down
we need
for it.
4 more players, and we need to add a division so that Chris can no longer run the only division with no competition.
Yeah. Listen. If you listen, any of our listeners want to join next, post it in the comments. I'm down to add as many people as possible. Okay.
Yeah, we'll make it an Inside the Foul Cup. We'll let you pick a cool little trophy.
I'm down for that. Okay. Listen, I meant back-to-back champions. That's all I'm trying to do.
You're not getting it. Not if I listen. If I have anything to say about it, you won't do it. You got 1 win out of 3 with me. Okay, 1 win.
But I'm hot at the right time. That's what matters, sir.
You say that.
Okay.
But
it's true. Just saying. I mean, do you want to compare rosters? I mean, we'll compare rosters really quick. Hold on. Okay.
Go ahead.
I'll prove to you.
Compare rosters.
Would that be August 4th through the 10th, right? Yeah. All right. Let's look at catchers. Who has the better team? Okay. Hold on. I have Cal Riley.
Yeah. Well, that one's easy.
Your starting catcher is first baseman. I have Freddie Freeman and Kurtz.
Okay. So first base for me has been Pete Alonso and Goldschmidt.
Yeah, I feel like, first baseman, I beat you there. Because Freddie and Kurtz put up numbers, because Kurtz would have got me 62 points 1 game against you.
If you would have played him.
Shortstop. Yeah, second base, I feel like you have the better second basemen with me having Holiday and Ozzie Osby.
And honestly, though, I would say yes. But what's his name? Who is my second baseman? I can't remember his name. I can't change screens at the moment.
Otto Lopez or Galvin Lutz. Or Soto from the White Sox. Sosa from the White Sox.
I have Sosa.
Or Marcus Semien. Those are all your second base.
Who have I been using as second base then? Because it's not him. It's a Seattle player. Polanco. That's who it was. I was like, no, that's not my
George
second
Polanco.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I
feel like second base we're tied there.
I think third base I got you, Junior Caminero.
Yeah, because my third baseman is injured.
Oh, it's
but
injured?
I've been rotating him and Chaz. Well, it's normally Chaz and Austin Riley rotating.
Okay. Outfield's where it gets interesting.
Shortstop, I feel like. Shortstop, I feel like I have you beat because I have
beat by anybody.
I've got Ellie and Bo.
Yeah, because I've only got
outfield. I feel like
who outfield. I'm pretty sure I've got you.
See, this is where this. Well, hold on. Let's go to healthy outfielders, sir. Healthy outfielders.
Go ahead. Go to healthy
Okay.
outfielders.
I have Jazz,
Uh-huh.
PCA,
Uh-huh.
Jazz, Ellie. I meant Bellinger, Riley Green, Michael Harris, Randy Rosarella. You know,
Why haven't you been playing a Rosarania?
I've it's all between matchup, like who's pitching wise. If it's a righty, I'm playing him. If not, I'm not playing him. You know, it's one of those odd things.
See, most of my outfield doesn't all get played lately. It's kind of weird.
And I have Chandler Simpson and Wyatt Langford.
I
So
picked up Jacob Marcy the other day for Miami. Jacob Marcy is good. And I never thought I'd say
yeah,
that about a Miami Marlin.
yeah. And our starting pitchers, I feel like DH. I feel like I have the better DH.
Well, you got freaking Otani. Of course you do.
It's a keeper league. Got to keep him.
Well, keep him.
Now pitchers, I feel like we're tied. I mean, I feel like if we count our IL, it might
I was
be
going to
closer.
say, if we count our IL here, sir, my pitching is far superior.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Look at my IL.
Yes, but you got to think how many pitchers I dropped because I didn't have enough IL spots.
Yeah, you did drop Snell at one point this season.
I dropped Snell. I've dropped AJ Smith-Schuster, Spencer Swallenbach. So there's 3. I still have Chris Sale, Ben Levy, Jackson Jobe, Michael Lorenzen, and Tony Gosselin. Okay. So my starting rule, and I have Jacob Miskorowski on the IL right now. Okay, I'm like here. I got more IL problems than anything. Yeah, because you got to think if Spencer Strider would pitch good, you Darv. Let me tell you. And you got to think, you Darvish, I just got back a couple weeks ago. Tibia?
Elbow.
Yep. Good old tibia. No. So.
Lovely.
Yeah. A left tibia contusion.
I think that's
so. You got to think.
I'm not 100%.
You Darvish, I just got back a couple weeks ago. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. I got more starting pitchers on the IL than anything. Okay.
Listen, my pitching
I would say
IL
healthy
is
outfield.
Closed.
Yeah, I was gonna say if your outfield was healthy, I feel like your outfield has a big advantage.
Just with Ronald and Judge.
Yeah. So.
And honestly, if Fried, I'd probably have a better pitching rotation right now.
Yeah, if Chris Sale wasn't hurt, if Blake Snell would have stayed healthy, if Smith-Schuster would have stayed healthy, if Jackson Jobe would have stayed healthy, yeah.
Listen, Snell
keeping all these guys
hasn't even played this season.
Idea. Yeah. Listen.
So. But I just, it's getting to be that time of year where, baseball is going to start getting either really, really good or really, really bad for your favorite team. And I really hope that everyone and all the fans find some sort of solace if your team is not able to make it, because it looks like mine really might not be.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who I root for in the playoffs, because if the Cubs start trending down, I was going to root for the Cubs.
I'm going to start cheering for
Seattle,
Detroit, maybe Seattle.
See, I want to root for people that I haven't seen win a World Series.
Padres.
I can't do it.
I'd want to see it.
Your son's a fan of that team. I can't do it.
That's
Your
because
son would
that's
tell me Tatis won, and I can't.
listen. I
I
want to
can't
see
root for
that.
a
I could
ringworm.
see that.
I'd rather watch Cal Riley and the MLB #1 center fielder win it. You know,
Hey, listen.
good old
You could also
Julio
watch your
Rodriguez.
favorite third baseman over there, because Eugenio Suarez.
Listen, I don't have to play him no more, so I'm okay.
You say
Actually, we got
that.
to play him in like 3 weeks. So
He
yeah, we
might put
play
up another
Seattle in
four
3
banger
weeks.
game.
No, we're gonna walk him and walk Cal Riley.
I hope so.
All right, guys. Hopefully your team is in the playoffs. If not, hopefully they're rebuilding, or hopefully they're on the way up. You know, actually, you know what? I'm gonna root for. You know what? I can figure out who I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for Milwaukee because the major league announcer that used to do the radio. I got to root for him. I think it'd be cool. You know.
So until next time, if your team is not, keep the tissues close and keep your baseball bats and balls away from your television sets.
Yep. We'll see you episode 28.
Until next time.
Later,
Later.
guys.
Hit the stop record.